welcome back to Dicebreaker, or should we say, Dungeonbreaker. Hi, I'm Johnny
Dungeonbreaker.
Head of video Dicebreaker. I'm joined by the rest of the Dicebreaker team for this continuing Dungeons and Dragons adventure. As you'll hopefully remember from the last 3 episodes, our party of adventurers. I'm not calling you heroes.
Maybe like Greek heroes.
Yeah. Turned up in the Sword Coast to find it being flooded with the legions of Yeenagu, the demon lord of hell. They attacked a town called Succumber. Eventually our heroes stopped the attack and then dealt with a hobgoblin problem. Meaning that the people of Succumber are now free from their sort of liege lord responsibilities and are now on their way to the town of Waterdeep, or toward Waterdeep, hoping that they can get there without being murdered by an army of gnolls. They have seen no gnolls like particularly recently, but however, as you might remember at the end of the very last episode, a massive dinosaur, like that is familiar to the party, but not quite at this scale, turned up over the crest of a hill and roared, and is currently bearing down on the caravan of which you are a part. So I think we'll probably start this off by rolling initiative. Straight in.
No! You can't make me do this!
I thought we were going to Waterdeep, not going to be in deep water.
Off with a bang. Here he comes.
I got a 16.
I rolled a 1 plus 4, so I got a 5.
I got a dirty 20.
I got 19.
Missed 19 for Tim the Goblin, and 20 for Morboss Gloombringer. Cisco is on a 14, and the hapless people of the caravan rolled a nat 20.
Hey!
Whoa!
They can be hapless really early.
Yeah, indeed. So the people of the caravan, of which you are a part, they turn around, they see this enormous dinosaur, they see it kind of roaring and starting to like stump towards them, and they panic. They start shrieking, they start running around, and generally just dithering. Some people they sort of grab hold of the reins of their beasts of burden and try and pull them further forward to try and get them moving quickly. Some people freak out and start running to a nearby tree line. You are near to a sort of wood, and they decide to seek shelter there. But generally speaking, they're not doing much in the way of tactically useful things. I suppose fleeing is tactically useful.
Tree line sounds
It's
very
a
cool,
tactic.
to be honest.
Well, can it, Fizz? Because it's Morboss's go.
So,
Make it a beeline for the tree line.
the dinosaur, which may or may not be Cisco.
Oh, it's Mega Cisco. It's
Oh, okay.
undoubtedly Cisco. Cisco's huge now. Cisco is the size of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay. Morboss realistically would probably spend about 6 turns shaking with fear, but I think for the sake of letting this game proceed, I'm going to do something.
Okay.
I think what I might try to do is...
Don't compromise your character for our sake.
I'm trying to... I had a move, and now I've lost it. I don't know if I accidentally swapped it for something else that allowed me to... I used it with the red caps to...
Yeah, the reaction thing.
I can't find it anymore, so we'll just assume that Morboss got bored of it.
Okay, that's unusual, but fine.
But what I will use... How far is Cisco from us, if Cisco's bearing down on us?
Probably about 50 foot away.
50 foot, hey?
And closing fast.
Okay. I would like to cast Mirror Image, which creates 3 illusory duplicates of myself in my space. They move with me, which is the downside of this plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, with the GM's permission, I would like to cast this spell, and then Morboss and said duplicates will essentially run to the side of Cisco, away from the caravan, and probably away from any fleeing kind of inhabitants, although Morboss probably isn't as fast.
Okay.
And assuming that this is allowed, I can't see that it wouldn't be, because it largely talks about it mimics my action, so I'm going to assume that it also mimics what I say.
Sure.
So I'd like Morboss to use these 3 duplicates and all at once be like, Dinosaur! For God's sake, get a grip! Over here!
That is positively heroic. Morboss is actually, that's incredibly brave. Yeah, that's fine by me.
Very
We're finally heroes! We've made it!
That's it.
us.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
There's probably a tiny bit of guilt lingering from, the 40 minutes we spent on a hill discussing whether
or
we were
not
saving
to
in the first
even
place.
bother going to succumb there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's see. AC. Cool. Great. Tim the Goblin, it's your turn.
Okay. Tim, seeing that it's Giganto Cisco, is going to... You say he's 50 feet away.
Yeah.
Tim is going to turn into a bat using his wild shape.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to fly up to Cisco.
Okay.
And then, maybe try and perch on his head. If he'll let him.
Well, we won't save the caravan, but at least it'll look cool.
This is going to be a dex check, please, to try and land on a part of Cisco that won't then immediately kill you.
He was also running.
Yeah, he's also running. This is going to be quite tricky.
Ooh, that's 21.
Okay, you actually managed to do it. You flap along, and you know how dinosaurs are depicted as just having sort of little holes where their ears are, like a lizard, just a little hole in the side. You basically hook your little bat feet into the bottom of that, and you're hanging out, kind of like an earring.
Yeah.
You're just hanging upside down now, Tim the Goblin.
Can he speak for a bonus action or not?
Yeah, it's, talking is always free.
Tim
Yeah.
is going to say to Cisco in his ear.
In bat.
Yeah.
It's really high pitched.
Yeah, he's just gonna start speaking to Cisco in his ear and going, come on now, I thought we already talked about this. We calmed you down before. I don't know why you're so riled up. I know you've gone through some changes. We all do at some point in our lives, but come on.
Okay.
Tim gives Cisco the talk. You might notice that parts of you are changing.
And you're probably going to notice certain other dinosaurs a bit more than normal.
Cisco, it's time to talk about the birds and the battle mages.
Okay, right, that is your go for now. Fizz.
Right, okay. I'm going to see the stampeding dinosaur coming towards us.
Yep.
Probably not really care whether it's Cisco or not, to be honest.
Yep.
I think I'm just going to smash him with a chromatic orb. Level 2. Although, once again, the question is, what element to use? Have we seen... Does anyone remember Cisco getting hit with anything that he seemed to hate particularly?
He got stuck in a hedge that time. Didn't like that.
Yes.
Doesn't
Poison?
It's true.
Acid? Lightning?
I mean, I don't
You've
like
got
this
5
idea
seconds
full
to
stop,
choose.
but-
Do you know what? Let's say
3.
lightning. I'm going to do lightning damage.
Okay.
Let's hit him with the old chromatic orb. That's going to be a +6 to hit. And I've rolled a 9, so I'm guessing that's probably a no.
What's the total? Is that 15?
No, as in, a total of 9.
Yeah, you missed.
3 plus 6.
Yep.
Oh, also I couldn't have done level 2, so that would have been level 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic.
You just
Well,
kind
that was me.
Fizz kind of just like gets this chromatic orb out and then kind of shot puts it, and it just
Get your orbs out for the lads.
Get your orbs out.
get your orbs out for the lads. Yeah. All right.
I love how Wheels and I both had exactly the same one.
Incredible. Okay, Cisco is Cisco has a speed of 50 foot.
Oh, God.
Oh.
So Cisco, bellowing with his head down, just charges the caravan and, like, in a swooping motion, just like slams his head into one of the wagons, smashing it entirely to splinters, and just all the supplies inside go. The driver goes like whoa and flies off, and he seizes the ox that was pulling it in his jaws and just like just starts shaking it like a dog. So I would like you to make me, please, Tim the Goblin, a Dex saving throw to try and hang on, because currently Cisco's going like blah 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 blah.
17.
Okay, yes, you managed to cling on, but you are.
I'm using bat stats, by the way.
Nice.
Bat
yeah.
stats.
As well you should.
Available now.
Okay, so he destroys that. He destroys the thing.
Bat stats, bat stats.
And ooh, let's see.
Bat stats.
What you gonna do?
Don't even ask.
Okay, what's Fizz? What's your AC?
Oh, for God's sake. Is this personal revenge?
I was gonna say this
No.
100% feels like payback for the last 3 episodes.
No, come on.
12.
Oh
Yeah.
That's not good.
no.
Oh lord.
Okie dokie.
Well, I don't remember putting myself on the front line, but here we are.
How many hit points do you have again?
Johnny, I've got 12 out of my max of 14 hit points. As I said, if there was a choice, I would not have put myself on the front line.
Yeah. Well, Cisco brought the front line to you. Okay. I'm gonna use a GM's privilege here and introduce a bit of fudge. So you're only going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
What would I have taken?
Somewhere in the region of 17.
No, that's fine, mate. Put me on 0. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't kill him.
I don't want to cheat.
Okay. All right. You're unconscious in the trees.
Collapse into a heap of feathers.
Cisco is basically like boom. Just like you have been.
Although
like,
for the
thrown
second time,
into-
I have technically caught flight.
If
So
only.
net
You're
positive on
learning.
I'm gonna.
my overarching goal.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you pass out like 2/3 of the way through your flight. You're like, wow. You land in a big mossy heap somewhere in the wood. Mist, what are you doing?
Right. I would like to turn Null around, right over to
Forgot about Noel.
Cisco,
Riding the knoll.
and like stand in front of Cisco and put my paw up to him and cast Speak with Animals so that he'll understand me.
Okay.
And just like say like, Cisco, you need to stop this. You're hurting your own family. What's happened to you?
Make me
Voice for Cisco.
make me a performance check to see if Cisco recognizes you.
Come on, you're a bard. You should be good at this.
Perform as
fif-
yourself. That should be your easiest role.
It's a 15.
If this goes badly, it's like being
15.
served hors d'oeuvre.
It was what? Sorry.
15.
15. Okay. Yeah, he does. He does seem to recognise you. He looks and kind of like it's just like crunching this ox, like gore and drool is just raining down from his maw.
I would like to start singing, stop In the name of no.
Oh god.
Oh, where did he go?
It's gone to a better place, I'll tell you that.
Okay. Cisco has definitely recognised you. Whether this is sufficient to stop his rampage, I don't. We'll find out. Let's see what the caravan is doing. Spoilers, they're trying to run. Okay, they rolled a 14, so they are scattering to basically all points of the compass. They are leaving a lot of the wagons behind because, simply put, they're heavy and they will impede the attempts to I saw that to escape. Quite a few of them are now heading for the wood, having seen a Kenku head there himself at approximately 45 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, exactly. Generally speaking, they are. I'm going to say that 2/3 of them are have scattered. A third are still trying to sort of get their legs under them and get out of there. More boss, what are you doing?
Well, my attempt to distract Cisco didn't really work. So, more boss times 4. Assuming this still lasts. Hold on, let me check out. 4 boss. I need to check how long this duplicate self or mirror image lasts. Oh, it lasts for a minute.
Okay, that's ages. That's 10 combat rounds.
Jeez.
Yeah, so now I can miss with the mace 4 times at once. I think he'll probably say something like, oh, for God's sake, and walk back over to where Cisco's just destroyed this caravan. And more than anything, just kind of be a bit disgruntled. And say to himself, the goblin never bothered to house train or outside train or train in any kind of way.
He's a wild animal. He's got his own nature, okay?
I can't hear this because I assume it's just like a little squeak away. So Morboss is going to walk up to Cisco and do something that I haven't quite thought of yet. I feel like trying to take on Cisco is probably a bad idea, isn't it? Wait, can I help Fizz get back up? Can I drag Fizz to safety?
You're not entirely
You've got
sure
to
where
get a jog on.
You're not
he's
entirely
flown
sure
away.
where Fizz is.
True. Okay, you know what? I'm going to run up and try and hit Cisco with the mace.
Okay.
But in a kind of way that's not trying to damage Cisco, partly because
hitting
Morboss
the
is
snout with a
afraid.
newspaper.
Yeah, that kind of just no.
Okay. Okay, all right. I don't think your duplicates can actually hit, but they will act in the same way as you. So it does look like there are 4 tieflings that are just going to bonk. Going to basically hit the dinosaur, probably on the toe. Make me a roll.
I will.
Hurts.
You're looking to beat.
Stop it.
You're looking to beat a 13.
Let's see how this works out. It's a 7.
You bring your mace down. You're like, bah! You slam your mace down on one of Cisco's claws.
I'm just cleaning it out.
Yeah,
with
you're just you just chip off some mud. You're like, oh. You take a moment to admire the colour of the claws underneath. You're like, they're vaguely pearlescent.
Yeah, I think there's relief as well. He immediately regrets it, and it's like, well, I look like I'm helping, but I'm also not as likely to be eaten first, anyway.
Yes. Okay. Tim the Goblin.
One thing I want to specifically state here is that Tim is a goblin bat, which, if you search for a picture of it, looks a little bit like Salacious Crumb.
God.
I thought you were going to say Swoobat.
No, it doesn't look like Swoobat.
No, Swoobat's even more horrifying.
How dare you? Anyway, so Tim
Does look like Salacious Crumb.
Oh, I like
does look
Goblin
like
Bat.
Salacious Crumb. They're cute. Right.
Everyone at home, you take a moment to Google Goblin Bat as well. We'll wait.
If you turn to page Google, you'll see the image of a goblin bat.
Figure 1, the image of a goblin bat. Isn't it good? Doesn't it look like Salacious Crumb? Yes, it does. Back into the action.
Back into the action. Okay. So, as much as bats are really cute, they don't seem to be that effective as an animal in combat. I think he's gonna use his bite attack on Cisco. On Cisco's. So he's attached to his ear hole.
Yeah, you can reach to the soft and vulnerable parts of his inner ear.
Yeah, he's gonna do that. He's gonna go inside where it's all warm and goopy, and he's gonna have a bite of the inner ear to try and get his attention.
Make me an attack roll. You can do this with advantage because this is, I don't think the natural armor of a big Cisco applies to the inner ear.
Yeah. Right. Okay. There's no plus to hit. But I rolled a 16.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to know the damage?
Yes, please.
It's 1 hit point.
Okay.
Oh.
1 hit point down.
Yep.
First blood. Okay. Fizz,
Yes.
can you make me a death saving throw, please?
Yeah. How do I do on them again?
Such a good question.
Roll a d20.
Oh, it's just a d20,
If you
isn't
get
it?
above 10, you're
Yeah,
fine.
that's it.
I got a 13.
You're fine.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
Cool.
Okay.
Right,
Get
see
3
you
of
later.
those and you're fine.
Right, Cisco kind of is watching Mist on the Mountain. He's kind of chewing and just watching at it, and he's like, Allah. And then kind of a lot of things seem to happen to poor old Cisco at once. Cisco's kind of like he's looking at you, he's very confused, and then kind of looks down because there's sort of 4 more bosses just going, man, trying to give him a pedicure. And then suddenly he kind of goes and starts scratching wildly at his head. And kind of like, he spits out half of the ox. It's like, bah! And he's looking around. And seems like quite confused. I think it's safe to say all of you have the same idea at the same time, which is if you, like, Cisco, bless him. I mean, in the before times, he was a lovely, good-natured dinosaur. Not the sharpest tool in the Colosseum. If you can just basically give him a sensory overload, you reckon you can just put a stop to his assault. So you just need to keep on making just sensory noise. And hopefully you'll get to live. Mist, it's your turn now.
Well, I'm still speaking to Cisco.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to tell him, like, we're your family, you need to calm down. Like, and I'm speaking with animals here. Does he not speak in his own language? Can he?
He has no language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're just solely going by tone of voice.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to calm him down and just try and tell him that everyone who's bugging him is his family who are trying to help him.
Okay.
That he needs to stop attacking people and sit.
Go to your room.
Okay. All right. Make me another performance check, please.
Hold on. That is an unnatural 20.
Nice. Are you doing this in kind of like a soothing?
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. Like trying to like.
And I have my paw up, like as if I'm waiting for him to like put his face in my paw to let me know that he's like, you know.
Okay. Yeah. All right. The caravan. Okay. I'm going to say the final sort of third have managed to flee the immediate area. So increasingly it's starting to be just Cisco and this dead ox and a bunch of wagons and you lot. I mean, less Fizz. Yeah, they're absolutely cheesing it, and they're all screaming still quite a lot. More boss. The four of you are at Cisco's feet. What are you doing now?
So if we've worked out that maybe essentially giving him a pedicure, a manicure, maybe, some smelling salts, really just kind of,
Bless him out.
if there was a hot bath nearby, you could drop him in for a few minutes and that might calm him down. So I'm going to use... I'd like to use thaumaturgy.
Mm-hmm.
So I can normally create harmless tremors in the ground for a minute. But what I'd like to do is create that along Cisco's back.
I'm going to allow this.
I mean, he's
Well,
so big that he
massage
essentially
chairs.
counts as ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
it's
Exactly.
like a massage chair.
Or the weird spider metal claw thing that you put on your
Yeah.
head. I want
Yeah.
that effect, but on Cisco using thaumaturgy.
Okay, yeah. Cisco's back starts rippling, like, blah, 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 and you see like his pupils kind of contract and his nostrils flare, and he's like, "What the hell is going on?" Tim the Goblin, you're inside Cisco's ear.
Yeah. I think now I don't know much about bat biology,
Go on.
but I'm wondering if they can make like soothing noises. I've heard some bats can actually sing, so I wonder whether Tim can make like soothing bat noises in Cisco's ear to kind of go with the whole relaxation and and recharge sort of thing we got going on here.
Okay.
Some male bats apparently do.
Okay.
Well, this is a male bat.
I've just googled little goblin bat.
Is that the name of the song?
Apparently they have a variable pattern of calls, so it is not out of the realm of possibility that the Mormopterus minutus
Yes.
might be able to make soothing noises.
Mm.
So make me... Would this be a performance check? Or a persuade check?
It doesn't make a huge amount of difference.
Give me a
Tim.
charisma persuasion check, please.
Yeah, okay, well.
Oh yeah, Tim's charisma.
Can't help being smelly.
I mean,
Oh,
you literally can.
18. With the
Okay.
-1.
Alright. Yeah. Let's just have a little... Yeah, okay. Yeah, what's it sound like? Tim's managing to make some soothing bat noises.
Ooh.
Okay,
I'm soothed.
Cisco's ear is now haunted. Second death save, please, Fizz.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 1.
Oh, that's not good.
Are there any critical fails in death saves?
Don't think so.
Don't think so.
Well, it's one of each then.
Okay. Alright, that's fine. Cisco, let's see how Cisco's getting on.
Got a spooky ear and massaged back.
Yeah, Cisco for his part is actually kind of stopping. He's like, like he's staring at Mist, who's sort of talking to him in a very soothing way, but you can actually hear coming from one of his ears. You can just hear like, oh, and he is just kind of like he's trying to keep an eye on Mist, but he's kind of like vibrating because somebody's put 50 cents in the magic fingers. I'm gonna say he exits like his feeding frenzy state, and he kind of like sort of becomes just sort of calm. You actually see the red crest that you'll remember on top of his head kind of like flattens a bit. He moves his foot, not the one Morboss is right next to, but the other one, to place it kind of on the corpse of this ox, and tears off another hunk and just sort of looks around like chewing. Fizz,
Mm-hmm.
you are vaguely aware of things again, which is good news.
I'm usually only vaguely aware of things.
Yeah. Okay. You you feel a hand on your forehead, and it is very cooling and soothing. It's like the cool side of the pillow, and as it kind of touches, you feel kind of you feel a renewed sense of energy coming into your body. You feel less catastrophically hurt, and you start to regain consciousness as if you're waking up from quite a pleasant nap, actually. Ooh, that's not a bad roll. And you actually heal back 10 hit points.
Nice. Pretty much all of them, right?
Yeah, only 4 left. I had the weirdest dream. I dreamt that there was a big dinosaur, and someone, very rude, didn't pay me, even though we did loads of work for him. Where am I?
You hear a voice from right next to you going, "But there was a dinosaur, and it was terrifying. It hit you into the forest."
Oh, your voice is not quite as soothing as I would have expected.
Whatever do you mean? I think it's a perfectly nice way of speaking.
Yeah, it's got a real cadence to it. Sorry, who are you?
You open your eyes at this point to see just...
Oh, I'm trying to realise my eyes were closed this whole time.
Yeah, that's,
sorry.
That's the kind of thing I got there. You're just like, I don't know who you are, but that's a very weird manner of talking. You see a humanoid figure. They seem like fairly human, but they also seem to have like a distinct touch of the forest about them. Mm-hmm. Like, they've got sort of thick ropes of hair, but some of them seem to be kind of like they have a dark green shade to them, to the point where they almost look organic. At points, you kind of see around like this individual's fingernails, you kind of see like it looks like bark and stuff. It's kind of like a Eurydice in Hades sort of vibe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He is wearing sort of what looks like they were brown robes at one point, but again, similarly, it's like partly his clothes have been reclaimed by nature. Like some of the bits hanging off him are just definitely like a curtain of moss and stuff.
Nice.
He looks like he's one with the forest, but in a non-pretentious, like I'm on my gap year sort of way.
Yeah.
This guy looks like the real deal.
No photos of sedated tigers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you will give me your name, traveller, I will give you mine.
Right. Well, I'm Fizz.
It's pleasure to meet you, Fizz. My name is Biffle of the Forest.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Biffle of the Forest.
Bividable of the forest.
I think you might be a bit hard of hearing or possibly still concussed. My name is Biffle.
Biffle, right? Yeah. The odds of me being concussed are pretty high, if I'm honest, because I'm starting to feel quite sore actually, and I'm starting to think maybe I wasn't having a nap. Where am I?
You are in the middle of the forest in which I call my home. You were smashed here by the dinosaur's tail.
Oh, the dinosaur was not a dream then.
Oh no, it is entirely real, but do not worry, we are safe here. I do not think it can enter.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, well, thanks for hospitality.
You're more than welcome. It seems that there are some people distracting the dinosaur. There is some form of cat and 4 men with horns. And I think I heard a bat.
Yeah, that rings a bell, actually. Well, I mean, they've probably got it covered. Why don't we just stay here and have a chat?
All right, that's fine to me. I enjoy having a chat. We get so few visitors in the forest.
Yeah, well, what's it like to live in a forest, anyway?
Well, you know, it's not so bad. I forage a lot of my things. The water is very cool and clear, but I'll be honest, there's not loads to do.
Well, I mean, we were on the way to a town called Deepwater or something. But I think, you know, if you've got something to eat, you know, you've been so graceful and hospitable and all that. I mean, I don't want to impose myself, but if you're a bit of a master forager, I've got a bit of a hole in the old stomach right now, if I'm honest.
Are you on your way to Waterdeep and you will require victuals on your journey because you are weary after a long trip on the road? I understand.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's the straight and narrow of it.
Well, that is something I can definitely do for you. I'm more than happy to share the hospitality of my home. And I could even help speed you on your way to Waterdeep.
Waterdeep, yeah, that's the one, yeah. How much is a bed and breakfast around these kind of parts?
In the forest, we do not so much have a currency as we have sort of a barter economy. I would be very happy to help you. If you perhaps do me a favour, as I have something of an issue that I would like to have solved.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, well, look, I mean, I'm actually, I've got a bit of a track record of solving people's issues, but it's good to know that I'll get paid this time in some kind of reform, because I'll tell you what, the last person we did a job for, he didn't even give us any payment. Can you imagine that? I mean, even someone as yourself in a barter-based economy could scarce believe that you get services completely for free, right?
Whatever do you mean that they did not pay you for your services rendered? That sounds terribly rude.
Exactly, right? Oh, it's you know what? It's very nice to meet someone who shares my point of view.
Yes, indeed, it seems that your outlook on the world is a very good and just and wise and balanced one. Anyway, will your friends be joining you, if indeed they are your friends?
I mean, most likely, yeah. I don't know what's going on with the whole dinosaur situation. If I'm honest, look, between you and me, you know, I feel like I can speak, you know, man to tree or bird to tree with you right now. The truth is, I didn't really want the dinosaur in the first place. I thought it was going to be trouble, and it looks like I've been proven right. So, you know, if they want to, you know, just sort of sort it out amongst themselves, we can just wait.
Well, I suppose we could wait here and see if your friends do come into the forest. It strikes me that it might be a bit faster to go round them up yourself, but I can see that you are strong-willed indeed.
Johnny, how far away am I from the rest of the group right now?
You're like, let's see, it was a short flight, but you got smashed into the wood. You're probably like, good 200 meters in?
Meters?
Yeah.
What's meters to foot?
Oh, God.
I really like that D&D uses imperial rather than metric. It's really handy.
200. No, D&D does use feet. That's 656 feet.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I was going to use message, but that's got a range of 120. So.
Well, we will cut back to the caravan, or what's left of it. Cisco finished eating the ox and then kind of sort of looking bored, browsed the rest of the caravan. There was a donkey there, sort of a pack mule. He was like, yeah, that'll do. Yeah. And just like twisted the head off it like he was opening a screw top glass bottle, and is kind of just chewing that. But he actually lays down and starts to kind of like, he's just eating lying down now. You know from experience, all of you, that Cisco is almost certainly going to have a nap after this. So if you're going to make your exit, you have an opportunity here.
It's quite nice in this woods.
I think Tim is going to fly out of Cisco's ear.
Okay, yeah.
Land on his head.
Yep.
And like look at the others, sort of like in a way that's like, oh, what should we do now?
Well, I think, says Amelia Montebank, whose existence I definitely didn't forget about until just now,
Yeah.
The arbitrary moral compass of the group.
that maybe we should go see whether Fizz is still alive. Or, whatevs.
Don't you think that we should do something to stop Cisco from attacking others? Because if we just leave him here like this, he's just going to get riled up again.
Are you suggesting we should,
I mean, I suggested that back in hell.
Tim
but
is shaking his
You did
bat
suggest
head.
that back in hell. Oh, you're still a bat?
It would have
Yeah.
been... I mean, we could have saved that Ox's life and potentially others as well if we had done what we needed to do when we had the chance. And I think... I mean, I can see the bat doing a little shake, but I mean, unless you're gonna unbat yourself, Tim, you...
Well, I more than any of the group love to spill the claret, as it were, but there are quite a lot of gnolls, and realistically, other than Amelia and maybe the guy with the hammer, we'll probably get killed if we come up against more than, let's say, 2. So I think if we can find a way of turning the dinosaur back to being
We
well
had no
behaved.
control over him when he was normal size. What makes you think we'll be able to control him at this size?
Tim's nodding. Tim's nodding. On
I
what
know, I
Paul
can
said.
see, and I...
He's nodding.
It's flying in circles, just like undulating up and down in flight.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, we point him in a different direction and just kind of push him.
Tim is going to turn back into a goblin,
Okay.
but he's still on Cisco's head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's going to say, I will not allow you to harm him. I think that Morbos has a point. Maybe we can find some way to turn him back to, when he wasn't so big and quite so angry. It's not perfect. Who is? I don't think it's very fair that you're...
Tim, he's turned into a redcap. You haven't been able to control him ever since, and he's only going to hurt more people.
We found a way of controlling him in hell. He's just got to dip his thing in some blood, that's all. That's
All
all.
it takes is a regular ritual blood sacrifice.
Tim's right. If we find endless supply of buckets of blood from unwilling participants, we'll be fine.
He was eating things anyway. I don't really see what the point. What the difference is between him consuming things and putting his head in their blood. Oh.
Because we can't control who he kills. He's going to end up attacking innocent people, and we can't do anything about that.
Well, I have seen absolutely no evidence of that.
You're sounding very Fizz-like, Tim the Goblin.
Yeah, this is Tim's hill turn. What's the difference between a couple of red caps and 45 innocent civilians?
I didn't see him kill anyone.
Cisco kind of gets up, having finished his meal, and is just like,
Hey, look. He's hanging out now.
Right. Who's got rope?
I do, actually. I've got some hemp rope here. Very
Can I have
well fashioned, I have to say.
Can I have it?
If you want.
maybe a wisdom perception check, please.
Who?
Me.
All of you.
Okay.
Me?
Not, apart from Fizz.
Natural 20.
I got 11.
Okay.
16.
You notice that Cisco is sniffing quite determinedly, and it's kind of like turning around and around. And then you see he kind of suddenly looks off into the distance, and you can see a marauding band of gnolls kind of moving along the ridge. And Cisco just like rears back and with a roar just tears off, like just absolutely hoons it away, and you kind of watch as he shrinks in your eye line and sort of ends up on the horizon where he barrels into the gnolls like a bowling pin and sends them scattering. And it's just, you see him tearing into them and like rubbing his head like on the ground. Like, he then roars and just sort of just starts feeding on them.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Tim was on top of Cisco on his head.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to
Tim.
make me Are you trying to hang on?
Yeah, I think so. Don't
Dex
wanna
saving
go.
throw, please.
Tim was the one hungering after buckets of blood a second ago. Tim's going to be rolling in it.
Oh, okay. That's an 8.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You get shaken off quite quickly as he starts to like run over there. He's like, dill it. And Tim, you land on your bunts on the floor.
Yeah.
Cisco is quite a way away now, just having a lovely time. He sort of finishes with the gnolls, roars triumphantly again, and then stomps off towards probably a human settlement. But
I'd like to turn to the group and be like, right, well, I'm going to go find Fizz, and I'm going to turn Noel towards where Fizz had flown into the forest. I'm going to just ride away very slowly.
Please
I'm
don't
very
bring
disappointed
a
in
Noel.
Tim. You can see in my eyes that I'm very disappointed.
What
was
do you
going on?
want me to do? Kill him? I can't do it.
I'm riding away on my Noel.
I don't want to talk about it, Tim.
come on, no.
Side saddle on Noel.
Okay. Are you following? Mr. Noel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim will wander behind.
All right. Let's see. Fizz. Sorry, no. Mist. Do you have any kind of skill that might be appropriate for tracking?
Survival?
Yeah, let's call it survival.
That's a 9.
Okay. You can't exactly pinpoint the area, but you're heading off in a direction. You're pretty sure that this is the way that Fizz kind of flew. I suppose.
Finally.
As the crow flies.
Yeah. Fizz.
Mm-hmm.
You are sat there. Biffle has got out a penny whistle and is playing a tune, just idly. Quite
lovely.
poorly, but you know. It's just
Yeah, that's that's really nice, Biffle. Oh. So, sorry to stop you playing, but I've just got more questions. What exactly was this thing you needed help with?
Sorry, it's just that I really had to play the penny whistle around this time of day. My problem is very, very great. I have a tremendous power. The power to speed you on your way and change many things in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can even command the elements to do my bidding. It is very useful when you are living in a wild place such as this.
Oh, I can command some elements. I'm gonna do prestidigitation to like make some elements. Little water spurts, little rocks,
Wow.
little fires.
You're like one of those fountains that just sort of. Yeah.
Truly, that is
You pull some-
fascinating, and I am sure that you will be thought of as one of the great mages of your time.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Oh, right.
But my
Oh,
quandary
right.
is this: I live in a wonderful home. I have spent a long time shaping it to my desires and making it comfortable for myself and visitors. But it is beset with a horrible, horrible, horrible menace that lives in my attic. They are squirrels.
Attic.
Yes, what of it? I had attic. It's useful for storage.
Well, I was sorry, I shouldn't have. I just assumed you lived in a tree. My bad.
You know, that must be slightly reductive and in many ways quite insulting, but nonetheless, I have an attic
no,
in
I'm
my
sorry, I can see that.
home, and it has squirrels.
Now, I don't want to, miscommunicate here, Biffle. When I say squirrel, right? Stop me if you see any differences. I think of little critter, probably about this big, big bushy tail, likes nuts. Generally a bit of a pest, but not dangerous.
Yes, indeed, that is entirely what I mean when I also say the word squirrel.
Right. Okay. So what exactly is the problem you've been having with this squirrel?
Well, you see, the problem is that my squirrels have taken residence in my attic and they make a lot of noise and are hard to eradicate.
All right. So you just want a bit of pest control?
Yeah!
Well, I can't see any problems with that, mate. I could probably handle that myself, to be honest. If you've got... Tell you what, actually, if you lead me to the house, have you got a fireplace?
But yes, of course I have a fireplace. Sometimes even in a forest it gets very cold in the winter, so I burn things.
Well, if we put the fire on, maybe the rest of them will see the smoke plume.
Oh, do you mean to guide your companions here by building a fire?
Yeah, exactly. And then whilst we're waiting for them, I'll sort out the squirrel problem. Should be all right.
Well, already the trees and the moss and the bracken and the mushrooms have been whispering to me. They have entered the forest and are looking for you. One of them is on a beast of some description. It is blinded.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, I don't know how good at tracking they are. That's the only thing. So, unless you've got some other way of helping them find us.
Why don't we just sit here and I will play the penny whistle a little bit longer to guide them in with my sweet, sweet music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we could...
Wonderful, that is what Bithel shall do. It is Bithel's command. Booga, blooga, boo-dee-dee, boo-dee-blee. Miss, I want you to make me a wisdom perception check, please.
Who's doing that?
Missed.
Me? Okay. Wisdom perception. Haha. That's a 21.
You hear an ungodly noise coming up.
I do have very good hearing.
You do, and right now it's just being assaulted by just horrible, tuneless, keening sound.
I think I hear one of my brethren being strangled.
Yeah.
We should go to their aid.
Yeah, you are absolutely convinced there is a tabaxi being strangled in the forest ahead of you.
Let's go!
Okay.
Oh, God. Fizz has started garrotting again.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Yeah, Fizz, you... Basically, you're sat there just watching Biffle as he's just like...
Do I need to make a constitution saving throw or anything?
Yeah, sure. Make a constitution saving throw.
18. Yeah.
Okay,
You're not quite polite for me.
You're not bleeding from the ears yet, but you reckon you've got about 2 minutes. When suddenly, bursting through the undergrowth, comes Mist on the Mountain, kind of with this knoll that's just like... She kind of rears up Knoll. He's like... followed by Morboss and Tim the Goblin.
On foot, presumably.
Yeah.
I'm imagining myself like looking very majestic on this like knoll, but just like
yeah. Like the camera pans down, like the afternoon sunlight kind of breaking through the branches is illuminating you really nicely. You know, there's a glint in your eye. The soft edges of your fur are being caught in sort of this golden light, and then the camera pans down just to see with his weird ham-scored face, just this knoll going, and just pouring at the air.
Oh, look, there they are.
Absolutely fascinating. I cannot believe that a knoll could become a beast of burden in these parts.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't use the word trained, because I'm not sure that's what happened, I'm honest. But yeah, that's Mist. That's what they like to do.
Hi! I heard my name.
We found you, Fizz. Are you okay?
Yeah, thanks for the help, guys.
Where's the tabaxi?
Whatever do you mean a tabaxi? What is a tabaxi?
I heard a tabaxi being strangled. This is why we came.
Yeah, no. Yeah, maybe I heard that as well. I think it was... We must have drowned it out before with the tin whistle. The tin whistle that was getting played.
Yes. The marvellous sound of my music. So I will play for you now some as a sample.
I didn't hear any music.
Well,
I
it
just
is
heard-
how we hope to guide you into it. Is most fortuitous that you have found us anyway, or I stumbling in on your knoll.
Stop!
Constitution.
Stop it!
Constitution saving throw, please, miss.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's a 10.
Okay. You don't take any damage, but your ears will be ringing for the next 2 hours.
Oh.
He stops because yes, it is quite a delicious instrument. I've been practicing it for approximately 2 centuries now.
Why do you talk like that?
Whatever do you mean? Why do I talk like this? This is just my normal speaking voice. Doesn't everybody talk as I do?
Tim says, "Oh, what lovely music that was! I have to say, it reminds me of the sounds of my homeland, particularly this one rather large lizard who used to make quite a racket. Oh, I enjoyed it. It's very nice to meet you. My name's Tim."
Yeah, Tim, I think you'll get on pretty well with this bloke.
Tim walks up and holds his hand out.
Well, it's very, 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 very nice to meet you. My name is Biffle of the Forest. I live here and am potent.
You live in the forest? Well, I used to live in a swamp, you know, back before we sort of embarked on all these adventures.
And somehow he still smells like that.
I think every time Biffle starts talking, I just go kind of like this.
Yeah. Biffle says, "Well, I've been told by the trees on the outskirts of the forest that there have been a horrible band of monsters, gnolls like this, roaming through the forest, and Fizz tells me that you were looking to get to the town of Waterdeep in order to become safe from these marauding armies. Is this so?"
That's about right.
I wonder, did you know anything about dinosaur psychology or biology at all?
God.
I'm afraid that is out of my realm of expertise, given that most dinosaurs cannot reach within the forest borders.
I mean, yeah, it's generally not very close by, I imagine, either.
But anybody, no, do that again. But anyway, you join me just as I was planning to strike up a bargain with your friend Fizz here. You see, I am very powerful, yet I am beset by a monstrous entity.
Yeah, I've got us a job.
What terrible entity is this?
This
Well,
was
if you-
actually paid as well.
Well, I would be happy to teleport you on your way to Waterdeep and make it entirely much faster to get there and to safety if you would just rid me of the scares.
The scary well?
The squirrels is what he said.
Oh.
Squirrels.
Squirrels.
Yes, it's another very word I used. Did I say something different?
Yeah, sorry, Biffle, these lot are a bit weird. They don't worry about it.
No.
It's not
If
their
I have
fault.
embarrassed myself, I would like to rectify it. How are you
Biffle,
saying
you've
it?
done nothing wrong.
How
You've been
do you say
perfectly pleasant. You said squirrel perfectly.
Squirrel! Squirrel!
Yeah, see, spot on.
Squirrel!
Spot on.
Squirrel!
Not a single mistake.
Squirrel?
Simples.
Squirrel.
Let's head off, shall we?
Very, very, very well. I will take you to my home and I will feed you with stew made of nuts and acorns and mushrooms and moss and tasty,
yeah.
cool water drawn from the spring.
Yeah, it sounds
Lovely.
delicious.
Yeah, good stuff.
Cool.
No.
He starts to leave.
Morvos, you alright over there, mate?
Morvos is just kind of horrified by all of it.
Yeah,
stood
Amelia
in the
Montebank
corner.
is standing there just like...
I think when the suggestion of the nut stew is brought up, Morboss takes out the bottle of the alcohol that he was given before and just takes a swig.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to drink that.
Morbus has started drinking.
Fair enough. Okay.
And then
yeah.
I think he'd also sidle over to Fizz and be like, "So, are we killing this one?"
No.
Oh,
All we got to do is kill some squirrels and he's going to teleport us to Waterdeep for free.
oh, right, okay, well,
Easy, mate.
squirrels.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's not confused. Squirrels are what I think squirrels are, what you probably think squirrels are, so should be alright.
Well,
I can't imagine that an adventuring party such as ourselves we'll come across anything complicated if we get there.
As you have this conversation, you emerge into a clearing where there is quite a nice looking hut. It is constructed from logs that were clearly at one point cut and turned into timbers and placed into used to construct a home, which has 2 floors and indeed has sort of there's a window with a sort of a peaked roof at the top, which is clearly the attic. But it seems that a lot of the kind of wood that was used for the roof, and indeed a lot of the stuff for the walls, has been worked by probably Biffle's forest magic to make it kind of all coalesce together. And it seems like the house has been grown as much as it's been constructed. It is quite beautiful. It has a lovely front garden of soft pillowy moss. And he sort of steps onto this, removing a pair of sandals and going, ah! Curling his weird, strangely dexterous toes into the moss. He says, yes, well, I'm very pleased to welcome you to my home. I will now give you some victuals and I will feed you, and then I will tell you all about my Sketrel problem.
Yeah, sounds good.
Tim is looking around in awe at the house and at everything he's managed to construct and grow. And he says, oh, I've never seen anything like this in my life. But may I ask, do you happen to speak to nature as I do?
Well, indeed, yes, I am entirely in contact with nature and all things of the forest at all times. It is how I knew your friend arrived. But I have to say that I have had a very difficult time recently communicating with the Scarewells. They are rude.
Fizz, are you sure we can't kill him?
Can the adventurers kill him? We will find out next week on Dungeonbreaker. But for now, that is all the tale and time we have. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Dungeonbreaker. We'll be back same time next week. Thanks everybody for playing on this slightly strange one. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, there are loads more videos from Dicebreaker for you to check out. Many of them about pen and paper RPGs, many of them about other things. Some of them should be popping up on screen shortly. Don't forget you can go to dicebreaker.com for lots of written news, reviews, features, and just general good stuff. You can get Dicebreaker merchandise at dicebreaker.myshopify.com. But most importantly, we'd like to say thanks again for watching and have a lovely day.
Ciao.
Bye.